WMER. Me radio for me, radio for you.
Hey, it's Maya, and you are now listening to the phenomenal DJ Showoff right here on me-radio.com.
Listen, think about what I said. If you're sick of struggling, you want to get down and make some real money, I got you. Alright?
Sometimes dreams
can't be duplicated.
may be the only hope
Let me check on your pops. But don't get disappointed.
to escape.
You really helped mess this place up bad.
Pressure.
Yeah. Yo.
We're gonna just jump right into it. Tell us, give us a little synopsis about yourself as well as the movie Pressure, so people get a chance to get to know you as well as your movie.
And you know, I used to dance with your cousin Kevin. Remember that? I don't know if you remember that. So, you know, we started early in high school, but when I graduated, I went to the comedy thing and started doing that with, like I said, with a couple of friends of mine, my brother, and then from there it branched out, you know, to producing music videos and wanted to do a feature film, you know, based on the current situations, what's going on right now, just making the right choices and all the heat that's surrounding and just the crime that's prevalent in the inner city community. So we're trying to stop that with this film that speaks in volume about making the right choices. So that's what we use in this film, and we're leveraging it to move forward with it in the right direction. So
who was one of your biggest influences coming up to even get you interested in doing film, comedy, and so on?
Well, of course, you know, you want to say Spike Lee, right? Because he's from Brooklyn. He's right from the other side of the park. So I remember this film, it was Do the Right Thing at the Loews Metropolitan. And just to see someone who looks like me and whatnot, and to be able to project, you know, his vision on a massive scale like that worldwide, I thought it was amazing, even coming from our neighborhood, but on the other side of the park, which is still considered Fort Greene. I also want to say my environment actually was an excellent and a great influence on who I am and who I've become today. So my environment, you know, I have to give a lot of credit to, you know, where I was brought up and raised from in Brooklyn, New York. So.
Okay, so while we got you on there, we're gonna give a little clip of Pressure real quick.
New York City.
Shit's crazy.
Welcome to Fort Greene, Brooklyn.
Yeah, play yourself, motherfucker. Y'all got 3 bullets, each with your name on it. Don't give a fuck.
Pressure.
Yeah. Yo.
Now, just from that little clip right there,
Right.
Give us your vision on why that clip right there is so prevalent in your point in the movie.
Well, first off, let me give a shout out to Damian Lee, who played that part, the lead role, which he did an excellent job with it, and I appreciate it a great deal. So that scene basically, it was a point in his life where he was coming upon the crossroads where he needed to figure out what he needed to do best in order to stay alive. And at that point, he became paranoid around his surroundings, thinking that everyone is after him. Didn't matter who it looked like, but he was on the run, and everybody was just his enemy at that point. So he didn't know who to trust. So that's what that scene was all about.
Okay. So Pressure is a movie about choices.
Right.
What would you give advice to people who look like you, whether it's man, woman, child? What would be your advice to them in this time of day now?
Do the right thing. It's simple. I mean, it's not
like Lee right there.
I'm gonna just say this. The reason why I said it that quick and it's so simple because it is that simple. It's really not that hard. There's people in worse situations than me and you, or have come out of worse situations than me and you, and they was able to really rise above the occasion and do far better than all of us. And that's because of the decisions they made. And that's all it was. So I think if you want to lead a good life and you want to lead a productive life, because all the choices you make, it doesn't just affect you, it affects your community and your friends and family around you too. And sometimes the people you don't even come in contact with. So you got to be conscious and understand the situation that you are in right now, present day, is because decisions you made, not anyone else. So that's it.
Okay, well, give everybody a breakdown on where they can find the movie Pressure, where they can find the soundtrack,
right?
Because it was crazy,
right?
And give us a couple of names, that's on the soundtrack, as well as
right.
Give a little shout out to the cast.
The film was released on August 11th through Freestyle Digital Media, which is the digital film distribution of Byron Allen's Entertainment Studios. So they acquired the North American rights to push the film digitally, DVD and everything else, but it's going to go global as well, which in the next couple of days. It was supposed to happen last week, but I think in the next couple of days it's going to go global. So, and then transition music. And that also dropped the same day, which is cool. And we got several artists on there. And first off is P. Watts, the Extendo Boys, Mike Hyphen. Then we got with Ed Rock, 40 Ounce, one of the producers as well. Ed Rock is one of the producers from Queens. He did literally most of the music, produced most of the music on the actual print of the film as well. So big shout out to him as well.
You also got Large Professor.
Yes, Large Professor.
Sadiq of Architects.
Right. Architect, my boy Sadiq was also a family member of yours. Is a good childhood friend of mine. I'm talking about, we go back since I was 14 years old, man. I mean, that's my dude, so he did an excellent track on there for us as well. Then we got Mike DJ Panda Greer, a good friend of mine. Also, he from Queens as well. And he did an excellent track over there. And then my other child friend, Jamar Neeleon Cook, did the lead track, Welcome to Fort Greene, which is on all the trailers and everything else. So that kind of sets the stage for the film and everything else. Then we got Kendall Scott. He did the actual score of the entire film, and he also dropped a score called Breathe and whatnot. So I thought that was pretty cool because it's not just a music track, it's an actual score. It's beautiful. So, I mean, it makes you listen to it over and over again, kind of puts you in the element. So that's why we put that on that was kind of the first lead song or lead track on the soundtrack. So you can get the you can go to my website at pressureentertainment.com. It's real easy, pressureentertainment.com. Right on the front page, you'll see the links that will lead you right to Freestyle Digital Media landing page for the film. All the links are there. It's real easy. Click whatever platform you want. And the platforms are growing weekly, actually. So we're on Apple TV as well. Amazon is coming next. Hoopla, Dish. There's a tons of plethora of platforms that the film is available on. And then on the soundtrack, of course, is available on every music platform. So I don't even have to name it. Of course, the major ones, iTunes and all that other stuff is there. So you can stream it, buy it. I think you'll enjoy it as a mixture of tracks, some R&B tracks and a lot of hip hop tracks. And like I said, the score. And big up to Fort Greene, Queens, and Coney Island because it's Sadiq. Why not? So
let everybody know where they can find you at on all social media. That way they can follow you. They can follow Pressure Entertainment. They can follow anybody that they need to be able to get in contact with you. And when that part 2 come up, I'm just throwing it out there. When that part 2 come out there, I'll die in the first scene as the DJ. I don't care. I'll die in the first scene.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I get that a lot. Trust me. Yeah, we're in development for another film right now. We're moving forward on that. We seeking to turn cameras on first of the year 2021. So I'm excited about that. But we moving forward as a process. Isn't easy, of course. Anybody who knows about filmmaking, they know is a major process. It's not something that you just throw a camera in your hand and you start filming the next day. It doesn't work that way. But so yeah, you can catch me on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, just Pressure Entertainment, Pressure Films. You'll see the company logo, which is right here. You'll see the company logo. You know it's me. But again, you can go to my website, pressureentertainment.com. When you go there, you'll see the links for my social media platforms. You look at the press kit. You can see all about the film, know all about it, know all about me and everything else. And I also want to give a shout out to my executive producers, which is me, myself, of course, Glenn Costin, cousin Glenn Costin, Lionel Watson, Kevin Vuong, and yeah, those are my executive producers at this point. And we had a lot of fun doing it and a lot of hard work. And we put it together. That's it.
We definitely appreciate you jumping on there. But before you get out of there, we're gonna play one more clip so people can understand how dope this movie really is.
Right? Yeah, you crazy, man. What you playing yourself?
Do you have some jumbos?
Ah, man, what the fuck I told you about speaking? See my fucking workers. What the fuck you do that for? Man, fuck that nigga, man. Why 5 was around?
Welcome to Fort Greene, Brooklyn. Yeah.
Look, you can sit right there and don't touch anything. My mother walks in.
I know. I'll explain. My God.
Shit is real, y'all.
I'm just making sure.
Aren't you gonna take a shower?
Pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo.
I know it's not the clip that you probably wanted.
No, that's cool. No, all that stuff is out there, so that's good. Actually, it was a really good clip. Yeah.
See, I was doing my homework. I was checking around for clips. I was like, he sent me one. I was like, let me grab 2 more, because what I was doing was pasting a different clip each day until this interview, so that way people get interested and be like, oh snap, what's that?
All right. That's pretty cool. No, I appreciate that. Yeah. So, no, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the platform. And again, the film is about a young inner city adolescent who goes through these trials and tribulations during the 1985 and during the 90s because of the crack cocaine epidemic. So he's trying to find a way and trying to figure out whether he should live or die. And it's a very important decision because a lot of us adolescents are going through that right now today. It's not about just making a buck. You got to really think about the consequences, which in your actions. So again, that's what this film is about, and he has to make that decision. And ultimately, you'll figure it out at the end, and you'll see why the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, Mega Evers.
A lot of these programs need more funding. That's why you don't hear. We used to see. Remember, when we were growing up, we used to see these on TV all the time. You barely see those type of reinforcement in the community on television anymore.
Right. Yeah, but these are the organizations that actually supported the movement in the very beginning, and also through 2018 when we premiered the film at the Linden Boulevard Multiplex Cinema out in the East New York section of Brooklyn, and so those are the people, those are the companies and institutions that supported the film because of the message. So they were a part of pushing the message in the film and trying to get this positive movement going forward. So, our inner city kids can start, moving in the right direction and making the right choices. Start now. What's the big deal? It's not that hard, so that's what the film seeks to do. So.
WMER. Me radio for you.